Okay, Boomer. Okay, Boomer. All right, now you get a rant video. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube harpy waiting for the spaceship to land. And we're talking about Elmer Fudd again today. Now, this is a Bounding Into Comics article. We're talking about Looney Tunes writer Michael Rucco, I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly, I apologize, responds to fan backlash against Elmer Fudd not using firearms. So I did a video on this one. I'll link it, boop, right up there. He's not going to be having his gun and his all right, they're replacing it with a scythe or a sickle or whatever, so he's going to come in looking like the Grim Reaper. Looney Tunes writer responds to the fan backlash, and I was one of these people who was a little concerned and questioned whether or not he would still be Elmer Fudd. Here we go. This one just kind of blew my mind. I had to turn on the camera and rant about this real quickly. Bugs Bunny's longtime rival, Elmer Fudd, will have to find a new way to take out his arch nemesis on HBO Max. In the upcoming revival of Looney Tunes cartoons on HBO Max, Elmer Fudd will no longer use firearms. Showrunner Peter Braungart made that abundantly clear in a recent interview with the New York Times, which we've actually talked about. He stated, "We're not doing guns, however, but can do cartoony violence, TNT, the Acme stuff. All of that was kind of grandfathered in." In a classic Looney Tunes cartoon, Fudd routinely hunted bugs using a rifle, and they're clipping this one, and I can actually pull up one better. What's Opera Doc? There's a whole lot of these, and yes, there have been. I'm not going to play clips of it because copyright. There have been plenty of times where Elmer Fudd didn't really have his. He wasn't looking like this. But at the same time, this is an HBO Max show we're talking about. This is a new TV show that is basically just continuing this old stuff. And yeah, I've heard good things about when they brought back Garfield and made the CGI version of that. And there's always going to be these kids shows, even the Doozers from Fraggle Rock, when they brought that one back and made that CGI. That one was pretty fairly well received. But we're talking Looney Tunes. We're talking about a lot of these cartoons were Oscar winning. These were so iconic and so classic. You're HBO Max. You're not exactly making What's Opera Doc. And this is why we kind of have an issue with this. Because you're just going to have this new lame version of Elmer Fudd running around. And it's never going to live up to the iconic classic version. And yeah, you can do a lot of different things with him. Oh, there's reasoning behind this. The reasoning, you saw it in the thumbnail. Braungart indicates that a number of cartoons might be too adult-oriented, saying some of them may have gone a little too far, so they might come out in a different format. Maybe they'll come out packaged for an Adult Swim type of thing. Oh, so their own ones are a little too violent and over the top, so they had to remove the guns because theirs were too violent. All right, well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I do kind of say, yeah, Looney Tunes is a kid's thing, but it really isn't. And that's my bad. You're just going to have to cancel Mecha over that one. I guess slap on the wrist for that. No, Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies and all of those things were designed to kind of go alongside with your mainstream features. They were a little short because your movies were about an hour back then, so they would tag on a little short. A lot of the times you would be in the theater all afternoon for a matinee or something, so they'd throw a whole bunch of them together. They weren't necessarily all just for kids, but kids started watching them because they were animated and they were fun and they were wacky and zany. And then adults were like, oh yeah, just put on some cartoons, they'll watch anything. So no, they didn't really start out just as a for kids market. So I can see a little bit of why they might be concerned if this one's specifically marketed for younger people, but at the same time, it's freaking Looney Tunes. Make it for everybody. Just make it in the same style and vein and formula as the rest, and I don't know if they're gonna be up to the task. Braungart would also detail the Looney Tunes grates against the current wave of anti-bullying and everyone needs to be friends and everyone needs to get along. Well, then maybe don't remake it. So maybe let the classics stand on their own and be used as an example of how things were back then. I know. Oh, I know, we can't have anybody think or have any independent thought on their own and learn anything from anything.
What do you want? When do you want it?
But that's how society's always kind of been. He explained, Looney Tunes is pretty much the antithesis of that. He added, it's two characters in conflict, sometimes getting pretty violent. Fans would not be happy with the news that Braungart and company would no longer show Elmer Fudd using guns. Yeah, and I was one of those people, I'm like, wait, what? No, that's not very Elmer Fudd now, is it? Robot Chicken, when it came to predicting the future of Looney Tunes. Yeah, I don't want to show you that one, because that's a little over the top. That's a little too Adult Swim violence for my take. Lady Alchemy creator Martina Martoka expressed that this move to remove Fudd's guns were part of an agenda to erase the old, she added. This is how they influence new generations. We'll no longer see the world. You know what? That's not incorrect, really. And furthermore, to me, it just looked like they took away his dick, right? Just to be blunt, it looks like, to me, it's the same thing that happened with Luke Skywalker where they took away his lightsaber. It's the same thing where you have Doctor Who taking away the sonic screwdriver and turning it into whatever this might be, and wherever she could stick that. But that's how it is to me, that they're just taking away his masculinity. Oh, there's more to this. There's more to this. They even kind of realize this. Following the pushback, Warner Brothers animator Michael Rucco defended his decision to not have Elmer Fudd use a gun, claiming the character was defined by his challenged masculinity. Oh, so take away his gun too. Take away his dick while you're at it. Here we go. I don't think he has challenged masculinity. I think you're reading way too much into it. And you know what? I didn't even think that they're taking away his dick by taking away his gun until I saw this. Until I said, oh, he just has challenged masculinity. Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You know who else has challenged masculinity? People who can't just understand that Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny were sort of stereotypical things back in the day. He was the rabbit that always got away and outsmarted the dumb hunter. It was, if anything, it was an anti-hunting movement that, hey, maybe these guys who have to go around shooting anything, maybe that was the effing point. Oh my God, are these people... I'm gonna get worked up. All right. So... maybe that was the point of it, was to say that, hey, he's an inept hunter, right? He's kind of not that bright. I don't know. I'm not somebody who hunts or any of that. He wrote, do you guys seriously care whether or not Elmer Fudd has a gun in our shorts? You know how many gags we can do without guns? Fairly few. He added, and the best were already done by the old guys. It's limiting. It was never about the gun. It was about Elmer's flawed, challenged masculinity. All right. Well, like I said though, you guys aren't Oscar-winning freaking Looney Tunes creators. You're not Chuck Jones. You have 11,000 followers on Twitter. I have about 8,000. All right. I'm not Chuck Jones. I'm not out there trying to make the next thing. You're making a reboot of Looney Tunes where you're getting some people upset that you're coming in and changing a classic character. Get over yourself. That's what we're really upset by. It's not the fact that whether he's got a gun or not. It's the fact that you're a bunch of yahoos coming in, making Warner Brothers cartoons, which we already have. We already have classics, right? And this is one of those things. This is one of those things we've been saying for years and years and years. You can never remake them the way they were made before. And any attempt to do so is going to either be censored, is going to have something that's problematic, or is going to have some sort of complaint behind it. And this is exactly the issue that I've been saying for months and months and months. And years practically. He then detailed the decision to not use guns stemmed from the shooting in Las Vegas, which has nothing to do with Elmer effing Fudd. He also wrote, think about the context about what's going on with the world and how long ago our show started production, late 2017, early 2018, right on the heels of a record number of stuff in Las Vegas. Right. Okay, yeah, guess what though? This is the problem. This is the whole point of why we even complain when you do change something. And I'm just going to reinforce what I said in my original video yesterday, that once you take away the iconic characters, then it just is reduced to this HBO Max version. Oh, it's the HBO Max version. It's like when they took away the guns out of E.T., right? You have, oh, well, that's that new director, or anytime George Lucas goes in and, oh, well, now we've got animated whatever. We got all animated singing freaking... And it's the same thing when George Lucas goes in with the special editions. It's the same thing every time somebody goes in and either tries to reboot, remake, change something. You're playing with people's memories and nostalgia and their childhoods. So what do you expect, right? On the one hand, yeah, I can see why you did it. But on the other hand, seriously, stop rebooting things. Or I'm going to be angry. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am MechaRandom42. Does Elmer Fudd need a gun or not? Do they just want to maybe let that one slide for now? I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.